or whatever time of day you're listening. Take your time to listen, if you would. You're gonna enjoy this, because it's all good. Starting from left to right. Our panel, Beer Hugger, introduce yourself.
What's going on, everybody out there in YouTube land? I'm your fat Canadian. Yeah, I'm not even gonna say the word, but you know who I am. Barrier 29, glad to be here. Thanks for having me on your new episode there, Shepard.
I'm glad you're here.
Mm-hmm.
3 times the shepherd, by the way.
Yeah.
Dr. Feelgood, introduce yourself.
What's up, people? You know who it is.
Okay, Gordon, you're up.
Hey guys, I'm Gordon, otherwise known as the Highland Gamer on YouTube. I've been on a couple of these so far, but not that many, so it's great to be back. Yeah, let's do this.
Nice. And Kaiser.
Hello guys, Kaiser here. I'm glad I'm back on this podcast and can't wait to see what we discuss here, and happy gaming as always.
Nipples.
Nice. AC.
Greetings, fans, haters, gamers, and hunters. Let's get ready to rumble.
Okay. Red, you're up.
Tis I, Mr. Red Fox, and in the immortal words of Finding Forrester's Robert Forrester, you're the man, dog!
And the Grand Poobah himself, Quan Man Chu.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? I'm the sponsor of the Bear Hugger drinking game where you take a shot every time he sits up here and says a swear word.
Yeah, not gonna happen tonight, but...
So he's gonna get tore up. Gotcha. And Ken, you up? Dr. Feelgood.
Can you hear me?
All right.
Yes, sir.
He'll jump in whenever he's ready.
I think he's
Let's
delayed.
start. What?
I think he's got a delay.
I can hear him.
I heard him.
Oh.
Hey, Ken, say
You put on my
something
other
again.
mic.
Can you
Go
guys
ahead, Ken.
Can you hear me
I
now?
can hear him now.
Yeah.
Doing good. And,
Yeah, I can't hear him at all.
Laid. Yeah,
Who's listening to Mac the Knife?
let's get started.
I don't know, but that sounds like an ancient porn to me.
Let's hear that music sounds.
Dude, it's Mac the Knife.
Yeah, it's back to
I
my.
don't know who the hell that is.
Louis Jordan. I mean, not Louis Jordan. Louis Armstrong.
Yeah, Mac the Knife.
Oh,
Mac
okay.
the Knife.
My bad. She.
Song about a guy getting out of jail and killing everybody.
The worst one was Butcher Pete, and I forgot who sang that one.
Oh, so in other words,
So you mean
softcore.
the dude who's gonna cut everyone good?
Yeah.
He's gonna stick his knife in everyone good.
Oh,
And
man.
we're
Every
disturbing
time I
as
hear old
usual.
people talk about how their music was so much better back in the day than what they listen to now, I'm like, not really.
This podcast just went completely south.
Yeah, we're barely 5 minutes in and we're everywhere.
All right, so bring up the agendas there, good Shep.
All right, we're gonna start it off and get it over with. Actually, you know what? No, let's save kind of the best for last. The Amiibo issue. What's up?
Okay, then rarity sucks.
Well, I don't have to say anything. He already took my answer.
Do you want us to go one at a time, or
Sorry?
do you want us to go one at a time, or what's the?
Yes. I guess I'm trying not to be too formal because we're kind of free spirits, but I don't yell acting crazy. So we'll start off with left to right, Beer Hugger. What
Me
you
personally,
think?
the whole Amiibo like obscurity BS that's going around. I don't know. I mean, me personally, I don't care because I'm not collecting any of them except for the ones that I want. But for people out there who want them all, and there's a lot of people out there who want them all, with all the scalpers getting their hands on them and all that stupid BS, yeah, I think it's dumb. I think Nintendo needs to remanufacture them. And I'm glad that when they announced that they're actually going to remanufacture Marth, that definitely burns a hole in a lot of those scalpers' pockets. So F you, eBay. But outside from that, meh. It's BS. I'll just say that much. That's all I'm going to say towards that. But I am glad. Like, hopefully they do fix the whole entire issues with the restocking aspect. I mean, like once one shipment is is done, like resend them out again. That's how Nintendo has to cure that problem. Will they? Doubtful. But one thing though I would like to see them actually do, even though they're doing it right now on the European store, is release them on their website. I think that would be a good way of doing it. It's definitely going to cut some, shipping. Well, as far as bringing out to retailers and whatnot, but at least release rare ones. If you want the Marth one or the Wii Fit Trainer one or whatever the case may be, the ones that you can't find in stores, get them off the website. Be done with it. That's all you gotta do.
Uh-huh.
Okay, cool. Ken? Okay, Highlander.
Cool, yeah, I'll go. So yeah, overall, I would say that I've enjoyed the Amiibo as a whole. The scarcity that you can't get certain ones or they're locked down to certain places is a bit annoying, especially considering Nintendo should have looked at what Skylanders and everything else has done in order to combat that. So I don't know, it's kind of interesting. It's also kind of strange that the issue seems to be with not ones necessarily that people would jump on, but ones that people need, as we mentioned before, to sort of complete collections. So if you want a rarer one like Marth that might not have been jumped on because they haven't got as big a fan base, people are now even more so jumping on it because it's kind of falsely rare or fakely rare because they didn't produce enough.
Okay. Kaiser.
Well, I think I can see that the problem most likely is that those eBay sellers want to mess with a lot of collectors out there, since it's one of their strategies, of course. And I think Nintendo should do what Burr and most of people think. I mean, like they did with Mart, like
Jesus, damn it.
continue remanufacturing them, so they don't really get that much of the eBay sellers really don't get that much attention. But I think that we are. But I also think that the amiibos are just starting. We cannot see all the strategies Nintendo are going to use, and from the sellers they will really take a lot of advantage maybe, and get things better with time, of course. Since as always, time will always tell how things will come to, if they get better or they get worse. Hopefully they get better.
Well, yeah, I mean, just a comment on that. Because the likes of the new set they're releasing, they're allowing, say, the Mario one to have the same features in Smash that you would have had as the Smash set one. I think that'll affect how people are going about getting them, because if you're not trying to get the complete set as such, you're just buying them for the functionality, then by the time they've got a fourth or fifth Mario out that does the same thing, it won't be worth the sculptor's time to try and get all
Yeah,
those.
yeah. I mean, re-releases can, or the release of new sets will always get the scalpers out of their game. So that's it. That is one solution for them to combat that, for gamers to combat that. But as always, time will tell if things get better for the amiibo distribution or it gets worse. That's always a possibility. We cannot oversee that things get worse. Murphy laws is always there.
Okay. Now, I just want to point out real quick, guys. Always keep an eye on the side chat. Gordon, you were good this time. That's cool, but we got to give each other a chance to talk. Great combination. So just keep an eye, and that's it. We're moving on, and I'm using too many Red, you're up.
Um, basically, I think that there is. I mean, the scarcity can't be denied. I think it's a combination of Nintendo getting bad information for how popular their products are. Although at this point, I mean, they should know that. I mean, their stuff's gonna be popular because I mean, you're gonna get people like me who are getting amiibos just for the functionality. You're gonna get people who have the collect them all because they're like really neat to look at. Even though some people were worried about the whole, the quality going down from what they saw at E3. But I mean, ultimately, it's just going to boil down to them re-releasing ones and coming out with other stuff. Because I mean, with like new models and stuff, that's going to be the only way they're going to do it. And I hope they start doing it. They've already started with coming out with new Amiibo that are going to be functional with Smash Brothers and Mario Party 10. And they're going to be like more focused towards Mario Party, but you can use either one with whichever. So, I mean, I'm thinking they're going to start doing that, just like re-releasing ones that are specific for a game, but like that you can use them with Smash Brothers if they have a character in common. So that should put a dent into those resellers, scalpers, whatever you want to call them.
Okay, cool. This Steam, Kwame Chu, you're up.
Like I said,
Again.
scalpers suck. Scalpers suck. I can't stand the retail exclusivity that they have. They need to put a fix on that. I'm just reiterating what everybody's saying. The only thing that I really hate in particular is that they're claiming that they're going to use, at one point, cards, to be, a suitable replacement for the figurines. Sorry, no, I started on figurines. I want to end on figurines. That's just me. All right, next.
All right, well, I guess can't right now. I'm just gonna say ditto, because the whole thing is this. They can easily create these products. It's not that expensive for them to do this. This scarcity is nonsense, and it just allows these idiots to scalp us. So that's about it, and I believe Casey wants to comment.
I understand that people like the figurine idea, but I only appreciate the amiibos for what they are. They are an addition to the gameplay. I'm the kind of person that I'm no collector. Once I finish a game, I trade it in or I sell it. I consumed the experience and that's it for me. So I can't, and I'm the kind of person that I don't like to have statues or ornaments in my room. So having these figurines, and I'm not knocking on the person that likes it, but having these figurines in my room is not really comfortable for me. In case I want to get a lot of amiibos. So if I want to get a lot of amiibos, I just have my cards in my pocket or in the small package, in the small pack that has my 3DS. That's gonna be even more compact, especially because the 3DS is gonna be available to have amiibo support.
I guess in that regards, I'm in the middle because I'm not huge on collecting figures really, but I can't deny some of these amiibos look great. So I want the statues for some of them, but the rest could be cards for all I care. Anybody else like to contribute to this particular topic?
Yeah, I would just comment on that I'm probably just slightly further over than you in that sense, where I like the models and things, but I also like to keep things in sort of pristine condition no matter what they are. So if it's a game, and I get something, it's going to look as brand new 2 years down the line as when I first bought it, because to me, it's something I'm invested in. So the time and everything else, it's like if you have an experience and you take pictures from it and you keep those pictures later, you might not look back at them right away, but it's nice to have. So I like to keep my figures. Amiibo's a little bit of an issue for me personally, because once you get over like 10, 15 figures, where the hell do you put them? Especially if you are keeping them in the boxes. But yeah, I'd probably say that I am 100% thinking about the fact that I'm keeping it when I buy something. I'm not just, buying the game. If I was doing it that way, I'd go all in downloads.
Alright.
I can also add something.
Go for it, Kaiser.
I also want to see that Nintendo does a game which involves the amiibos in its entirety. Like, for example, Skylanders for a Disney Infinity type of game. That will be really interesting to bring more things to the amiibos. But I also see that a lot of third parties and also Mario Party 10 is convincing me a lot that the amiibos are really going to be more than just additions to Smash. That, and it's good that we are seeing that from Nintendo, and hopefully the other studios that use the functionality will also see that and also contribute more with the gameplay mechanics that can be brought with the amiibos.
And also, I mean, you can see that the amiibos are the kind of product that speak their language. Um, amiibos are being such a high source of revenue for Nintendo that I think that other third parties would like to jump in on that wagon.
Yep.
I mean, I'm surprised they didn't pick it up earlier. It's one of these stories, like the whole Hoover Dyson thing, where Hoover would actually offer Dyson to begin with. The Skylanders guys that done the original Spyro actually offered the concept to Nintendo first before they offered it to, I forget who it is that makes Activision.
I'm surprised they haven't done the cards first. I mean,
So
they kind of did it with the Game Boy, but
Yeah. So I mean, it was Nintendo that turned it down to begin with to wait it out and see what happens. It's interesting.
yeah, I remember that. Sorry for interrupting.
No, no.
But
The cards thing I think is a good idea though, as long as you don't again do too many variations of them and things, because after anything like that, once you roll it out, it gets to the point people won't collect it. For instance, I've got the original Pokemon card set, 1 to 151 or whatever it was. After they were on set 4, 5, 6, 7, I couldn't give a damn. So I think they have to keep it different enough between sets. So I like the fact they are allowing you to have, say, Peach or whatever else as a second version. But I want something really different out of that. So if you're doing, say, like Samus, have Zero Suit Samus, have complete different versions rather than having maybe just a slightly different pose.
Yeah, they gotta cater to a large audience.
I would love to see a Samus with the gravity suit or the light suit, for example, of the Metroid Prime series.
Or the fusion
Yeah,
suit.
don't lie. There's
Oh
another
yeah.
reason you like that.
But I mean, consider that with any other character as well. Though I mean, you could have Doctor Mario, you could have Fire Mario, Ice Mario, so on and so forth, rather than just poses.
Nintendo contract Gordon G for your marketing.
If they also
good
say work with
peoples,
actual power
unless
ups
you
as
have.
well.
All right, I'm about to move on unless you want to say something else.
No, that's fine.
All right, cool. Let's get to the meat of this cast. Nintendo Direct. Wheels started off with a few key points, and then we'll let you guys go a little crazy. All right, we started off. I want you guys' opinion on. Oh, Quan left. Okay. Get your opinion on how you felt about the cast overall, and then we'll go into specific points. All right, we'll start off with you, Beer Hugger.
What, my reaction or my thoughts on the direct?
Regarding the overall direct.
If you were going into this as nothing more to see anything that's coming out for the Wii U, if you don't care about the 3DS or the new 3DS, you're going to be left disappointed. There wasn't a whole lot for the Wii U. But me personally, since I am going to be getting a 3DS there down the road, and plus getting a temporary one to hold me off until I get the money for the new one, yeah, I was liking all the stuff that I saw there. I mean, like seeing more of Codename Steam. That game looks amazing every time I keep seeing it. I can't wait to play that, and anything that Intelligent Systems brings out, I want to play it. So the new Fire Emblem, which that started off, which a lot of people are saying that it was a troll video, which I don't really quite understand, because like how it opened up and then it went to like a cartoony kind of look for it. That I still don't understand how that was a troll video, but whatever. I'm definitely looking forward to that. I can't wait to get my hands on Awakening because I want to get into that Fire Emblem series for sure. But overall, my initial reactions, man, like the biggest thing for me was them announcing the whole entire aspect of releasing Wii games on the eShop via digital wise. That was a huge thing for me, and it definitely opens up a lot of doors for a lot of games that I can't find retail wise anymore. So thank you, Nintendo.
Cool, cool. All right, Highlander.
Yeah, so off the back of that, I'm just going to take that same for sort of that last sort of point there to do with the whole digital thing. I think that's great for people who not only want to get it and can't get it, and also people who have invested. If you've spent 100 or so dollars on a, let's just say, the Metroid trilogy, in a sealed limited edition variation as a collector's item, being able to pick it up for $10 or so and play it on your machine without damaging your copy is great. But yeah, I mean, going forward to the direct as a whole, a lot of it was as I expected. I expected it to be 3DS sort of heavy with the new hardware and everything. The biggest sort of shocks for me were that sort of downloadable Wii content, the second set of Amiibo being announced before they've sort of got about halfway through the Smash characters was a little bit of a shock as well, although I'm looking forward to Captain Toad. Um, and the other thing on the European one, I don't think it was an American one, was they announced anime channel that they're going to be doing on a sort of streaming basis. Um, it's their own one with sort of Pokemon things and some other bits and bobs. So I don't know how that's going to play out, but something to watch out for.
All right, cool. Kaiser.
Well, there's a lot of new possibilities that this direct put together, be it the new hardware for the new hardware of the 3DS, or that unexpected thing about the Wii games that you can buy on the eShop. That I was not really expecting that, and I think Nintendo did the right move to for that, because a lot of scalpers there the on eBay and also on GameStop are really putting a lot of prices for rare Wii games, and this is a counter for that. And also seeing the new Fire Emblem also has me really excited, and also for Codenames because I like strategy games, and for all the Xenoblade Chronicles X too. It's really good, and I think overall it was a good direct for for all gamers wise. Since I think the only ones who didn't enjoy it are only trolls and people who hate Nintendo, of course.
I let them hate.
Well, I
Okay.
pass the torch then.
All right, KC, you're up.
What really hit me the most in the direct was how big and how different the regions are in Xenoblade Chronicles X. You know, it's not only like in the first trailers we only went to a mountain or a plain. There was lava sections, there was cold sections. It really felt like we were going to explore a huge planet. And yeah, it's really amazing to see that feat. I was really into JRPGs during the generation of the PS2 and the Game Boy Advance. I'm not into them anymore, but after seeing all that, man, I have to jump back in. I love open world games. Recently, I finished Red Dead Redemption, and the vastness of that game really inspired me. It's really amazing, and of course the gameplay. But having a lot to explore, it's like giving your if you're a developer, but you're giving your customer um, freedom to do anything you want. So as for that, and my second most my second favorite part of that direct was the game I'm the most excited about is Splatoon. I'm
Oh
getting
God,
into
yes.
yeah, I'm getting into third-person shooters. Right now, I'm playing Plant vs. Zombies, and I'm getting into Loadout for PS4. So for the Wii U, that's gonna be the one for me. And of course, Devil's Third. They didn't say anything about Devil's Third, but I'm still excited about it. And
Both
those are
those
my
games have
2 points. Yeah,
so much attitude.
yeah. X
Um,
and Splatoon. Anybody want to continue on Splatoon? Bear?
Oh man, that game has my nips so hard right now. I can't wait for that game. I'm so excited for that
Oh
game, man.
God, that's
Look,
too much information.
well,
Stop.
dude, anyways, my
I gotta
point
take a
is,
drink.
I
Well, in
didn't
his
swear,
defense,
though.
it's exposed, so
Hey,
it
I didn't
can
swear.
happen.
I didn't swear. That wasn't a swear word.
That was almost
Yeah, he didn't
worse than a
swear. It's a
word.
little disturbing, but
It's a little disturbing. But
That
no,
was almost
I'm just expressing my excitement. Anyways, regardless of that, that the hub system, I didn't see that coming. I think that's a very, very genius idea to do because basically it's like Splatoon's own version of the Wada Wada Plaza, pretty much.
oh
Which I think
yeah.
is
Oh
fantastic.
yeah.
You have like one like your store you can go into and like buy all like some crazy looks. So my little chick squiddling is gonna look amazing. So F you guys. And then of course like you have like the main tower where you go to play single player, multiplayer, all that cool jazz. And of course you have like your weapon shop and you can interact with all like the other little squiddlings around. And I want this game to really be Nintendo's big next heavy hitter. Because what they got working on, like what they have going for this game right now, is definitely like. Honestly, I have to agree with what Base Video said in his video that he put up a while ago. This game definitely has a potential to be an esports game. Definitely.
Yeah.
I
There's a
agree.
lot of depth,
definitely.
there's a lot of strategy in there and whatnot. And Splatoon is the way Nintendo was crafting this game is just it's
It's a shooter version of
freaking
Smash,
amazing. Yeah.
but
And
more in
it's
depth
an interesting
actually.
concept, and plus, who would ever actually make a game directed around freaking, excuse me, sorry, about the whole squids? Nobody would ever make a game based on squids. Who would do that? You know what I mean? Nintendo did it, and it's looking.
And it has a lot more depth than we saw in the E3. They have really done a good job with all the gameplay changes we have seen so far. The hub world, the weapons, all things are really tuning together to be a really impressive game. And as Bassett just said, it can be an Bear Hugger 2, it can be a really good e-sport.
I think it has great potential, going back to the sort of Amiibo thing as well, of being able to add in a lot of content over time. You can add a lot more levels or costumes or hats or whatever the case may be, which doesn't really take away from the core gameplay. So I think it's going to be a big game for Nintendo. It could be their next sort of GoldenEye to put them back on the map for doing something different.
Hmm. All right, Red. What do you think about the Nintendo Direct overall?
Overall, I would say that this direct was exactly what we needed. This direct was, I mean, anyone who was expecting a lot of Wii U news, I would say would have been shocked. Obviously, Nintendo was going to, they were going to launch the new 3DS in the U.S. They were already launching it in Asia and the Pacific markets. So, I mean, it was going to come like this year. And, I mean, I thought they were going to wait till March or April, but they surprised me by doing it February 13th, which is like a week after my birthday. so that's going to be a interesting exchange. So, I mean, it's just, I mean, the Direct was awesome. The Direct was really cool. I was not expecting Fire Emblem. I knew Intelligent Systems working on something, but I thought they were like, I mean, I knew that Project Steam wasn't going to be like everything, but like I didn't know they were also working on another Fire Emblem. But I mean, at this point, I mean, shoot, I'm pretty sure Intelligent Systems can do anything they want to do. Splatoon looks awesome. Let's see. The Xenoblade Chronicles location trailer they showed was also pretty cool. But I have to say that that I was really looking forward to that new 3DS, because I mean, when I saw the trailer for it last year, it looked awesome. But that's it. That's just it.
Okay.
The new 3DS is my highlight.
All right, cool. Quan, you're up.
Well,
Well, overall, like I said, the Nintendo Direct was pretty much what I expected it to be. They said it was going to be the spring releases, and that's exactly what it was. Anybody who expected any more, than that, need to get their head yanked out of their behind. Plain and simple. You know. And
Okay, cool.
that's just going to sum it up right there, because everybody pretty much reiterated what I said as far as the game's releases, what we expected, what we enjoyed from it, what we took away from the Direct as a whole. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right. Let's see, where was I at? Well, I'm not sure if he's ready to talk now, but I'll let you know this Team Zen Gamers here, and whenever he's ready.
I'm here. I'm here.
The king of logic.
Indeed.
Hey, what's going on, people? Wasn't aware this was live. I got an invite, just hopped over to see what was going on, and I see the live in there, so I'm sorry I interrupted.
That's my fault. I caught him off guard. You don't have to talk or anything.
Yeah, but I guess you're talking about the Direct. Great Direct. Let me just sum it up in 2 words. Fire Emblem. Great shit.
Oh, yeah.
We saw that video.
Yeah, I saw your reaction video there, Zen. You got straight to the point.
Yep.
That was awesome.
That dance. That dance.
Yep, yeah, man.
You gotta show us how to do that later.
My reaction was almost like that, except if I use my actual reactions and not simulated ones, that video would get taken down. So.
Well, you got an Xbox One. Just put on your Dance Central and get it done.
True. I could have done that. Oh man, but yeah. So I'll leave you guys to it, and
cool.
I'll be real quiet for now.
Well, whenever you're ready, chip in. Let me know. If you want to chill, it's cool. All right, Ken, can you talk or we're still waiting? All right, I guess we're still waiting. That's fine. All right. Well, my thoughts more or less mirror the panel. It wasn't the greatest Direct in the world for me, but it was relatively satisfying. I mean, I would like to have seen more Wii U related stuff, but luckily for me, I have both systems, so it's all good. All right. What we're going to do is that we're gonna, instead of making it super complicated, we're gonna break it down into segments about the Direct. We're gonna discuss the 3DS games, the new 3DS, the Wii U games that was there, the Wii U features, and special editions, and etc. etc. Okay, let's bring up the 3DS games that you liked or disliked, and go into relative detail. You gentlemen ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right. This time I'm gonna start with Quan because he's been going last most of the time. So you're up, Grandpa.
Well, I found the Codename Steam very intriguing. As far as like the way they got that whole entire thing set up with turn-based strategy meets, real time. It's pretty interesting the approach that they took, the interactivity that they have with the Amiibo figures that they have from Fire Emblem, in order to bring the Fire Emblem characters inside there. That was pretty cool. And yeah, that's pretty much the main one that I found very interesting out of the 3DS titles. Aside from, of course, the new 3DS coming out with Monster Hunter, which I'm looking forward to. Definitely gonna get my hunt on.
Yeah.
And I got that sucker pre-ordered. It's already unlocked.
Nintendo, why you do this to me?
Our wallets cannot take an attack of that magnitude.
Alright. Red, you're up.
The
3DS games.
The new 3DS, I want it. I already got my pre-order in. Already traded in my old 3DS. So transferred all my stuff over. So we'll see what happens. Well, it's not my old 3DS. I already traded in my XL. So like the day it comes, GameStop will Satan, aka Satan, will be getting $100 from me. for the rest of this.
Look at the group chat.
I think you just insulted Satan for saying GameStop is like him.
No, GameStop
Damn.
is like Satan because basically, like they give you really bad trading value for your stuff, and much like the devil, your trade is never gonna be worth it. They're never gonna give you the full value.
Why did you even do that, dude? You should have traded into like Best Buy or something, and then take that money and then go to Evil One. At least you'll make a little bit more money.
No,
Like an extra
when I
20
say the
bucks or
trade-in,
something.
I mean like because literally like you trade in your 3DS XL and they put like 100, and if you have the thing, it's like 110 towards your new thing. So I mean, yeah.
Oh, you make decent money, so I guess whatever, sure.
I've got, there's basically the closest Best Buy to me. They're pretty evil too. So I
Well, I
don't
never
go
said
near
they're
them.
not evil. They're just not as evil as GameStop.
Do you
Yeah.
do you get to transfer all your stuff if you're doing the trade-in at the same time?
I have two 3DSs, so I did the transfer already.
All right. I was gonna
Baller.
say, if you were doing that, you might lose your backups or whatever.
No, that's the thing. I see when you do the transfer, all your stuff, like all of it, goes to your other 3DS.
Yeah, but
Even like everything. Because when I switched my stuff over to my, I had the Mario and Luigi thing, and I hadn't yet, like it's already on the software. But what happened was that when I went in there, it erased everything. So what happened was that like I literally, like when I opened it up, I'm like, oh snap, it was erased. But then when I went into like downloads and stuff, it attached it to my account, so I re-downloaded it. So I mean, it's pretty awesome. I mean, people like to say Nintendo's backwards, but I haven't seen any evidence of that. But that's just me.
But if you
backwards with certain practices, but they're actually very advanced.
if you only had the one console though, and you had to go into the shop, would they let you do the transfer at the time?
I wouldn't know. I try not to make those types of deals with when it comes to me and GameStop, I try not to go to them if I don't have alternate routes. Like I never want to be like GameStop is my only hope. So I've never been in that situation where GameStop was my only hope. But I'm guessing they might do that, maybe with handhelds. I don't know. Like my original 3DS I got at Best Buy, so. Like this is the first system that I've ever gotten handheld or console from. Well, no, because I upgraded from my PS3, but like it was like the first handheld I've ever gotten from GameStop. So I don't know what their practices are.
Okay.
Their practices
anything
are
else to say
basically
before-
sacrificing a firstborn puppy.
Yeah, because it's Satan. I mean, they're
Only
gonna be
the
like,
puppy?
well,
Only
I
one
mean,
puppy.
okay. I'll give you an example. I went to GameStop and I was in there and I was like looking at the new games because, I mean, at the time I was at the mall. My girlfriend was getting something and I was like, I'm gonna kill some time. And I went into GameStop and this lady was trading in a Samsung whatever, and it was like a brand new phone. Like it was like almost like 3-4 months old, and they wanted to give her like $20 for it. I'm like, that phone
you kidding
retails
me?
for like that phone retails for $200.
The full value for those phones are at least $300 to $400.
Yeah, it was a Samsung something. I mean, I know depreciation, but she should have
Even
at
so,
least gotten like
should at least get
100.
$200 for it.
She should have. Well, because I mean, even if they'd given her close to value with depreciation, it would have been 200. But I know they're a business; it should have been at least 100. They gave her $20. I'm like, and she's like mad. She's like, I paid 300 for it. I'm like, you shouldn't have came to Satan.
She might have got about 30 if she gave her soul.
I
But
don't
anyways,
know. I try not to make deals with Satan. That's just my own.
I thought you were a businessman. You did it all the time.
No.
Dude, it's a joke. Let's move on.
No.
Casey, you're up. We're talking
Yeah,
about 3DS games.
Well, before the call, you saw my reaction, so I'm pretty much gonna say Monster Hunter. Um,
Yeah, that's a given.
yeah, I'm a big Monster Hunter fan, as well, half of Japan. So I'm gonna jump into the other one. Um, um, I'm not sure if I'm gonna play, but I gotta give props to Intelligent Systems on Codenames Team. That combination um, of a third-person shooter with the Fire Emblem system, it was very inventive. I love the inclusion of the Fire Emblem characters. They looked amazing, and frankly, I can say that I'm really proud of Intelligent Systems because they were the developer that they were about to close, because their games were not doing very good. And then they say, well, this is our last hope. Let's make the best game we can. Then Fire Emblem Awakening came, and like boom, like the title implies, they reawoke. Um, After that, we're getting Codename Steam. The next Fire Emblem game, which is the first thing they announced, and well, who knows when, but we're gonna have Shin Megami Tensei Cross Fire Emblem. So yeah, my two honorable mentions in about that direct in the 3DS camp is gonna be Monster Hunter and Codename Steam.
Okay. And Kaiser, your opinions, your onions, if you will, on 3DS games. Okay, we get back to Kaiser.
I'm here.
Oh,
3DS,
okay.
3DS games, right? The game I'm most interested right now is, as in the 3DS, is Codename Steam as one, because as I said before, I like strategy games, and that seems really interesting. All the Steam mechanic, the real time and turn-based mechanics they have, and also the Amiibo compatibility with all the Fire Emblem characters looks really good, and that's interesting gimmicks to the gameplay. So I cannot wait to play that, and also, if I can, with you guys, Monster Hunter 4. Since I know
They
we
keep
will,
making these games.
since I know we will make a really good hunting party.
Yep.
I will bring the tacos, of course.
Hey,
Well,
tacos is always good.
all right. I pass the torch then to the next one, or I was the
Highlander.
last.
There can be only one.
So I'm going to go into some of the games that haven't been mentioned then. One of the big ones for me is Majora's Mask. I know it's just showing some of the sort of more footage of it and things, but the combination of that and some of the new features on the new 3DS with the better 3D and the little sort of C-stick, I think is going to make it a much better game to play on the handheld. It might have been a little bit awkward with just having the one sort of analog stick. So I think that stands out for me. Plus, I missed playing it on the N64, so it'll be actually a new game to me. Project Steam, I wasn't hugely hyped for, but the more I see it, the more I kind of get behind that. So that looks quite good. And there was a couple of other ones that weren't mentioned. I'm trying to remember the names off the top of my head.
Well, I could list it if you want.
There was a shooting game.
Ironfall.
Ironfall, yeah, that was made by 2 or 3 guys, and that looks like a sort of GoldenEye in space type idea. And yeah, I think that looks really good. If it's not too highly priced, I think that'd be a great downloadable game. And there was another one that was a little bit like Star Fox, a sort of flying shooting game. I forget what that was called, but that looked quite smooth as well using the C-stick.
I believe that's Ace Combat or something like that.
Ace Combat, yeah, something like that. So yeah, those two not so big name games, but I think they're really going to show off the hardware quite well.
Alright, cool. Bear Hugger, you're up, bro.
Well, as far as all the 3DS games, that were announced. Majority of them I do want to play, with the exception of maybe 3. Um, Fire Emblem definitely. I mean, I'm getting Awakening, but the new one actually looks pretty cool. Um, that puzzle and Dragon, we're going to call it Z, and the Super Mario Edition being bundled together in one game. I'm actually quite excited for that game because it's a casual, Bejeweled kind of clone in a way, but I like the whole RPG element behind it and how you can like recruit different enemies and whatnot. You can do different attacks and upgrade them and all that cool stuff like that. I kind of like that idea. It kind of reminds me of Puzzle Quest on PC and whatnot, and then the other platforms last gen. So I'm looking forward to that. Of course, freaking as I said, Fire Emblem, all that cool jazz. What else was showing off there? Yeah, Ironfall. I'm actually that game. I seen like an alpha footage a long time ago on YouTube, like about a year and a half ago. I saw footage for that a year and a half ago for a pitch that they were talking about. It looks really actually pretty cool. It's got 6-player online, multiplayer, which is pretty decent. It's got like a Gears of War reloading system, active reload system, which I think is kind of interesting. So the game is definitely heavily influenced on Gears of War, which nothing really wrong with that per se, but it's kind of sucks that it's not on the Wii U. Maybe we might get a Wii U version down the road, but I mean, I'm okay with the 3DS one. I'll definitely try it out. It looks pretty good. Majora's Mask, I'm a little bit on the tipping ice with that. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna play it, but it's not like a really huge game in my books because I never really got into the whole entire Majora's Mask aspect. I know a lot of people will despise me on that comment, but I mean, I'm still gonna play regardless. I mean, that's whatever. But outside of that, Monster Hunter, that's my main game of choice, obviously, along with Codename Steam. Both those games are going to be amazing. Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate is going to be... I'm not even going to get on an excitement rant about that. But one game, actually, though, that I'm actually really, really happy for, the fact that it's going to also be cross-buy, is that Mario vs. Donkey Kong Tipping Stars. I'm actually excited for that because it kind of reminds me like Nintendo's own version of Lemmings, which I'm totally okay with because Lemmings was a very, very good series way back when. And of course, and lastly, Xenoblade Chronicles for the 3DS, if they don't end up coming out with the Wii digital download for Xenoblade Chronicles. But yeah, that's what basically a lot of the stuff they showed off at this direct. I'm definitely going to be getting when I get my 3DS down the road. So.
All right. I'm about to go give my opinions. I apologize in advance. Not really. I'm probably going to offend some people. So let's get to it. Fire Emblem looks awesome, but I've never really been a Fire Emblem fan, although I've heard Awakening is awesome. So that's on my wish list. So I might pick that up. But honestly, I didn't go crazy over it. The only reason I'm an RPG fan, so I'm definitely gonna check it out. And I love strategy types, so I'm down, but I'm not crazy hype over it. Ironfall, that actually caught my attention. That looks really good. I think I'm gonna pick that up. And I agree with Bear Hugger. That would be awesome on the Wii U. Hopefully they'll eventually do a Wii U version, or they make a similar game for the Wii U. Let's see. Codename Steam. Looks cool. I'm not super hyped about it, but I'll definitely eventually check that out. There's a lot of cool concepts in that. That definitely raised my eyebrows. I like things that are different. Talking about different. Dragon Ball Z, wow. Dragon and Z and the Mario version. Dragon Puzzle Z, I forgot the name of the title, but you guys know what I'm talking. That game looks interesting. I love RPGs, so I'm a sucker for that. And I do like puzzle games, so yeah. Xenoblade, I'll get it eventually, because I already have the Wii version, but it would be cool to have it on the go. And that map feature and other stuff is very convenient. They need to make a Wii U version too, damn it. But anyways. Majora's Mask, I'm going to piss off Zelda fans. I never felt impressed about the game. Not saying the game isn't good. I've just never bothered to play the original Majora's Mask. So I'm like, I'll pick it up eventually because you can't go wrong with Zelda. Outside of a game we will never ever mention from a long, long, long time ago. You guys know.
That part
Faces
of
of
the
Evil?
history is erased. It never happened.
Erase.
Wand of Gamelon.
Oh
No,
God.
don't mention it.
Anyways,
Oh.
Project Treasure. Project Treasure. That sounds interesting. I'm gonna keep my eye peeled for that. That could join my list. Moon Chronicles. It sounded cool. I never got into that. They released some new episodes on that. I might have to check that out. The Pokemon puzzle game. It feels like they're trying to pull in the mobile fans. It's like a different version of Troze. I actually kind of sort of like Troze, but Ace Combat looks cool. Mario vs. DK. I'm definitely down for that. Let's see. What am I missing? Steam, Xenoblade.
Probably maybe some indie games that will come to the 3DS.
Say it again?
Indie games that will come to the 3DS. Maybe the.
Oh, I'm gonna have to keep my eyes on that. Yeah, there's some interesting ones coming out. I can't think of any at the moment, but yeah, and keep my eyes peeled. People are sleeping on the indie. They have a lot of good games. Oh, Gunman Clive 2. I'm probably gonna cop that because I actually have the original Gunman Clive and I like that. And that's about it for 3DS games that I can think of. So we're gonna move on to these special editions. And how do you feel about this new 3DS and the fact that they only have the XL versions? Not that I don't like the XL version, but the faceplate. And I'll leave it at that. Quan, you got the floor.
Well, I think it's a mistake for them not to release the other version because variety is the spice of life. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people like to have their options. Okay, they could have actually released them at a limited number if they wanted to test the waters out, you know, and then based on the response, see if they release more of the regular size 3DS with the faceplates. You know, maybe they felt like there wouldn't have been a market for the faceplates or not. But you know what? I think that's bogus. They could have even done this, even released package versions where they package a faceplate with a game. You know what I'm saying? Or rather, the opposite. Rather, a game with a faceplate, just to sit up here and test the interest there. You know? But oh well, it is what it is. Hopefully, Nintendo will change their mind.
Yeah, they can always change their mind.
I mean, it's not the end of the world. I'm not up in arms like some of the Nintendo fans are, but I agree. I kind of would like the faceplate. Variety is nice. I don't really care for the smaller size because I got big hands, but the faceplate option irked me that they didn't have the faceplate option. So I'm hoping they'll change their minds in the future because it's cheap to produce. Because all they're doing is having a basic plastic plate and they're printing onto it. That probably don't cost. They cost less than like 50 cents to $1, and they're gonna sell it for like $10 or more. So they're gonna make a huge profit. But let's get Dr. Feelgood to chip in because it's a good part. So how do you feel about the 3DS games that are coming out, and how do you feel about the new 3DS? Dr. Feelgood. Silence. All right, Red, you're up.
I love them. I love the new 3DSs. How I feel, I will admit that I am a little, just a slightly let down that they aren't giving us a chance to purchase the Super Famicom one, like normal size new 3DS.
Oh my God,
I would have
about that
loved
one.
that because like the Super Famicom is like my favorite console of all time.
Oh, hell yes.
But you know, I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, those are just aesthetics, and I mean, I'm still going to be getting the newest hardware revision that's going to be all boosted up with new abilities and powered up and transformed into a Super Saiyan form. It's going to be awesome. I mean, this is the handheld I think Nintendo wanted to release. You know, those 3.5 years they released the 3DS, but the hardware just was too expensive for them at the time. But now that
Super
3.5
3DS
years have passed, it's cheaper now. So this is what they wanted, but back then. But now you get to see what their vision was, which is awesome.
Alright, cool. Anything else, Red, before we move on?
No, that's it.
Cool. Casey, you're up.
Frankly, I don't care about that decision because I already have a 3DS XL, so pretty much doing I'll pretty much doing an exact getting an exact copy of my 3DS, just a little bit of upgraded. Mm, uh, it's weird that nobody has commented on the fact that we're not gonna have um packed with it an AC adapter. And again, I don't mind. I already have two of them, which was from the DSi and the 3DS. Um, so it's not the end of the world. So if you're butthurt about that issue, which is not really an issue, you can get it on a third party. But it's to me, it's to cut cost. If the thing costs like $10 and you don't really want to buy it, then that's cool. But it's something that Nintendo, in their Japanese mindset, they don't understand. It's like most of us are going to trading, or are going to exchange, or are going to dump the 3DS for the new 3DS, and they're not like, whoa, they're not like collectors. They don't like collecting stuff. So yeah, that's my 2 cents on it.
Okay. Um, I feel you on that. I think, like you said, it was about the whole cost issue. Because I think they wanted to have it on a price point of less than 200. And if they added the adapter, they'd probably go over it. So they decided, you know what? We'll just leave it at that, and people can buy an adapter cheaply, at least that price point of 200 and under. At least that's my guess. Or they could have just bit the bullet, put it in there, and then take a small loss.
The thing is that Nintendo doesn't accept any loss.
I know they don't.
The only year that they had any loss, it was when the Wii U came out, and it was the first in I don't know, 30 years. So they don't want to afford to get another year of losses, especially because they are not giants like Microsoft and Sony.
Sorry, go ahead. I'll let you finish and I'll jump in.
Oh well, yeah, that was it. They are small. They can't afford to have, top-notch technology like the PS4 and Xbox One is having right now.
And what people tend
is saying, oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Yeah, the people is saying that Nintendo should that Nintendo should launch a product that pairs with the other competitors, but it already happened. It's called the Nintendo GameCube, and it didn't make any difference. So Nintendo saw that as well. It seems the public doesn't care on it doesn't mind the power of the console. So especially analyzing that generation, that the winner of that generation, the one that sold the most, was actually the one with the less powerful hard drive. So following that philosophy, Nintendo doesn't mind. They just wanna create a product that play the games according to the vision that they already have, and having a high-end PC is gonna be only for the PC gamers, and yeah, that's my point.
Yeah, and I think what people tend to forget is that Nintendo has been around for a long time. I mean, they're of course a gaming company, but they've been a hardcore business for a while, and for them, they are all about profits. So They try to be very economical with what they create. And like you said, the one time they decided to kind of overindulge, it fell short, unfortunately. I mean, for the gamers, we had a lot of great content, but they didn't make as many sales on the console itself, which was unfortunate because the GameCube was great.
But that's not a failure to Nintendo, is it?
Say it again?
That's not a failure to Nintendo.
No, it's not a fail.
The GameCube was not by any means
They,
a
no,
failure.
of course, they made a great profit, but
Yeah, yeah, but
they
what I
didn't
mean
make
is
as much as they could
terms
have.
of competition.
In terms of exactly.
And I'm
And
sorry,
at the end of the day, it doesn't matter who's first, second, or third. It's about profit. And
Yeah.
they could lose their popularity contest 24/7, but as you can clearly see, they're the only ones that's been making a profit in over a decade.
Yep.
I'm sorry
Because
for my late
Xbox
arrival,
don't
man.
make no money. PlayStation 4,
But to the average gamer, though, Shepard, that's the problem, man. They don't see it like that. They only see the numbers being a big thing on their console of choice is sitting at the top, man. They don't give a freaking flying shit about anything else.
well, should we care about a popular contest? As long as the system is great,
No,
we
only
get
idiots
great
follow a
content.
popular
Why are you
contest,
stressing?
so that's what I'm saying right now. Only idiots follow that trend.
Well,
Yeah, I
I
could
mean,
care less. As long as I get good games and the system's good, and I don't have to pay a pointless subscription.
I'm going to be getting a different experience on my Wii U compared to when I get my Xbox One and my PS4 way later on down this lifetime of generations, or any generation for that matter. I'm always guaranteed to get a different experience on two different consoles. Because Nintendo was just like Sony and just like Microsoft getting everything else in the book. Most people, nobody would even really give two craps. They'll just stick to their exactly what it is right now. The Wii U would still be freaking selling like shit. The PS4 will be on top, and the Xbox will be stuck in the middle like they always are the last three generations.
could we be frank though? Really?
I thought you were Matt.
Yeah, I am, Matt. But I'm gonna be. I mean, let's just tell it like it is. The only people complaining about power is
Listen, it's not gonna be. I mean, granted, the main focus is Nintendo Direct. It's not a Nintendo cast. It's just the main topic. That makes no sense. Whatever.
You get what you mean there, Shepard.
Yeah. So before we
Let's
go,
back to the direct.
yes, exactly. Kaiser, you're up, dude.
Well, I really like the new version because control-wise is what the original 3DS should have been with the two sticks. But I also think, as Quan said, that options should have been a priority there, and they should have released the other version because even in a small number, it could have been a good thing to have the other option there because some people like the aesthetics of the faceplates. I don't particularly. I prefer the bigger screen since I like to have a interact well with a bigger screen in general because I think that is more optimal for gaming in my opinion. But there are some people that really like that feature and they should have really released that. But as always, nothing is set in stone. They could change their opinion and they could release it eventually. And as far as I said, the new 3DS looks really good for all the additions and all the improvements on the system. And I can also wait to play Xenoblade Chronicles, the original game on the new 3DS I'm buying.
If I may, I kind of disagree. Kind of.
Okay, wait, one moment. You're about to get it all in. Let's go ahead and go, and then you can have your full rant. Cool?
Yeah.
Alright. Gee, you
Okay,
better pump. No, it's
okay.
fine.
Right, okay. I'm going to split this into two sort of points because I'm not in America, so I don't have all the stipulations you guys have. So to sort of give the ideal scenario, which is what I kind of have. In Britain, they don't have the power supply boxed in, but on Nintendo's own site, if you buy the console, you're getting a power supply free with it. So they've kind of killed that, straight off the bat. The other thing with the limited editions, they're coming with the game on the console. So again, that's a non-issue. So if you're paying £200, which is more expensive across here for tax reasons and things, you're at least getting the £40-50 game with it as well, which is good. Um, and we're also getting both consoles. So I know I'm going to get burned for this, but all variations are coming across to Europe as far as that's concerned. So from that side of things, I don't really have the frustration that you guys have, other than the sort of scalping side of people picking up the limited editions and making it harder to get. But I still managed to get a Majora's Mask one just and no more today. On the other sort of point of the issues that all you guys are sort of coming across, I can kind of see it from two sides. As I mentioned earlier before we sort of went live, the whole idea of the chargers. If you look at things in the past where you would have had your Nokia charger that fitted, 5 or 6 generations of phones, by the time you've got your third or fourth generation device, you've got a lot of chargers lying about. So I suppose they're trying to save money, save packaging, things like that, as far as that one's concerned. The smaller new 3DS, not being in America, I don't think that they're deliberately going out to spite anyone and saying, you can't have the Famicom design. It would have been nice, personally, if they'd have put the faceplates and the full sort of coloured buttons on the XL as well. But since they chose not to do that, I personally think that it's an issue with their stock levels or how they manage things. Nintendo doesn't like to sort of outreach. They don't like to license things to other people very often, so they're having to produce all this themselves. And America notoriously has had issues with their supply of Amiibo. So I think what they're probably trying to avoid in some of this is the fact that if they release the console and it has, I think they've talked about 50, 60 different faceplate combinations in Japan so far, they maybe couldn't produce them quick enough, and they don't want that backlash. So I think that might play into it. It could be a cost thing they're playing into it, but it was certainly an America sort of region choice as opposed to a Nintendo overall choice to kind of spite people. So yeah, I mean, I look at the thing overall. The console, the hardware, I think it looks really good. I've only got a 2DS right now, so going up to that with the proper 3D and the stereo sound and everything else will be a leap for me, regardless of the upgrades that they've added as well. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm on board with it, but I think they could have maybe explained themselves a bit better in America.
Okay. Cool. Anything else before
No,
we? All right, Dr. Feelgood, you're unleashed. Go for it.
Well, no, my disagreement was that when he just simply said that he preferred that he think the 3DS should have launched with a dual analog stick um, control scheme. I disagree because to me that would have basically just made it just like the game console, which we probably got a whole bunch of ports. To me, having a one analog stick as opposed to two made it unique and a separate console from their home console. That's all I was going to say.
Okay. Well, while we got you on the mic, because you've been kind of going all over the place, I'd
Can I
like your opinions. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna, I didn't mention at the time, but I was gonna mention a similar thing with that. That I like that even though they've added the second analog stick, that they're treating it the way Nintendo's always seen it, as the C button since the N64, and they're treating it as such. It might not be the ideal thing from an average gamer looking in point of view, but it's sticking to Nintendo as Nintendo is, and I like that.
Okay, cool. All right. So, Ken, I'm sorry, Dr. Feelgood. I'd like your opinions regarding the 3DS games that they showed, how you feel about what they did or didn't show, and of course your opinion on the new 3DS.
I'm looking forward to the new 3DS. I don't feel shafted by it because they made a new edition. They've always done this. If you think about the history of the Game Boy, and then Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, same thing. DS and DSi. So it's expected. Um, I think this console is more like a stopgap until the next handheld comes out. But even with that said, I still want to get one. Um, I'm loving everything about the system thus far. Now the games, be more excited about, especially the ones that are made specifically for the new 3DS. I'm very excited about those. Xenoblade Chronicles. I don't have it on the Wii, but I know I can get one for like a good $40. So I still plan on getting it for the Wii, but I want to get it for the new 3DS as well. And a few other games.
Balling.
They mentioned some. I forget that first person shooter they mentioned. It's in like six.
Ironfall.
Yes, I am going to get that. So everything they show about the 3DS, the new 3DS thus far, I'm extremely excited about. I cannot pick anything negative about it. Besides it not being out yet, and the fact that those two bundles are exclusive to GameStop, which pissed me off.
Yeah.
Stop. Satan.
Mm.
But you know what? I can say this. I think, and this, I mean, keep this short, but I think GameStop is a necessary evil. But go ahead, move on.
I miss Funko Land. Sorry.
I don't get
I
something.
miss Funko Land too.
Same here.
How is it that Nintendo make these kind of deals with GameStop, but when you go
Yeah,
to a
I find
GameStop
that
shop,
odd.
shop,
The
you see a
comment on
little
that.
tiny
My thought about that was
section.
worse.
The thing is, GameStop treats them like crap too. So why would they make such deals?
But I don't think Nintendo necessarily
get
came to with this
paid
deal.
for
I
it.
think GameStop wanted this deal.
Yeah, GameStop has to pay Nintendo to have these like they pay for it. It's not like, oh well, because they probably
That's
pay
a good
more
point.
than
I forgot about that.
Amazon or whatever, because that's going to increase foot traffic in their store. You can only get it's money hatting. It's a GameStop's paying for that exclusive.
And then on top of that, now, although GameStop does not typically like Nintendo or treats them like shit, that's in regards to their console. Now, the handheld market, let's be real, they've never ever mistreated the 3DS.
No one ever
Speak
does.
for yourself. There are four GameStops near where I live. Only one of them actually has the 3DS up front where you can see it, like a wall of 3DS games. It's like you go into the
Actually, all the GameStops I go to, the 3DS is usually right up front.
Well,
Yeah,
guys,
same
Even
here.
supermarkets have it on show here, man. I mean, we've got supermarkets that have dropped Nintendo as a Wii U, and they still stock the 3DS.
See, the way I look at it is, regardless of how they may feel towards Nintendo or whatever, they are a
They're a
business.
business.
At the end of the day, they're a business, and as a business, they have to recognize that. Although Nintendo's, we may not agree with what they're doing and think that the home console is crap, their 3DS, that is money. That system only makes a shit ton of profit. That's all that system does. So for them to reach out to Nintendo and say, hey, how about we pay you for that Monster Hunter and Zelda? I'm pretty sure we're gonna sell out in a week, but how about we pay you for that? I'm pretty sure they approached Nintendo. Nintendo probably said, sure, we'll take your bag of money.
Oh my god. You're right. Anything else you'd like to say before moving to Beer Hugger?
I'm good.
3DS wise.
No, I'm
Good?
good. You can move on.
Of course you're good. You're Dr. Feelgood. Alright, Beer, you're up.
So my thoughts on the new 3DS. Well, first off, as far as that whole AC adapter thing, I don't care because there's too many options that you can as an alternative to use for a 3DS, and I can get like an easy adapter for it for like less than $5 at my buy and sell. So don't give a shit about that. As far as the actual way it looks, yeah, it looks fine. It looks awesome. I'm a little annoyed that they didn't release the regular new 3DS because that would have been an easier profit for me because due to my lack of funding. But I understand why they didn't bother bringing it here because the XL obviously was the biggest seller one when they actually released the original 3DS. I guess they don't want to release the regular one. I don't know why they're doing that. I really don't honestly give a shit.
Monster Hunter?
No. I'm talking about like the regular new 3DS.
Oh, okay.
As far as like the C stick looks awesome. I'm glad they're finally adding that. Although I do find it funny that certain games now that are going to be utilizing that are also allowed for the original 3DSs to be used. Be rather hilarious, even though there was like no mention of that for like the longest time. But yeah, I'm digging it. I like the whole there are a few ideas that I think that, but the main thing that I think the reason why Nintendo is doing this, excuse me, sorry, as far as like with the like the increase in like the actual performance, along with adding the second analog stick, whatever you want to call it, because they're keeping the momentum of going for the 3DS for a couple more years to make it relevant until their next gen console hits. So that way, if they are going to do something similar to what Miyamoto's been hinting at about experimenting with handheld and home console together to get both markets combined, then yeah, this makes sense for them to extend the lifeline of the new 3DS, keep it relevant for a while. Now developers can make other, if they wanted to go ahead and start spamming out ports, then just whatever, let them, man. It'll be like the PS all over again. But just don't go buck wild with it, is what I'm basically saying. Again, like I said, the performance is there now, so games like Chronicles can be done on the 3DS where before it couldn't. So yeah, I think it's going to definitely extend the lifeline for at least another 3 or 4 more years. 3 years, I think, would probably be like the main aspect of the sweet spot for it, I think. Which is not really necessarily that bad of a problem because they're not going to like announce a new handheld say next year to be done with it. Because that would be a waste of profit for Nintendo to actually even invest into doing this new model. That's how I'm looking at it. If playing on a handheld and a home console combined together for both markets to join for their next gen console, this makes sense for them to keep the lifeline of the 3DS going again. I like it. I just won't look at it right away because, here in Canada, I have to pay like $240 for an XL1, which is bullshit. But that's Canadian. That's Canadian.
Okay, time for me to take a shot.
Hey, there you go. I'm sorry. That's the only thing I'm pissed off about, but that's not on Nintendo. That's just because of our currency rate up here, which I can't stand because that's the only downfall I hate about being Canadian because I pay extra for everything else that you guys don't, which really pisses me off. But aside from that, I'll eventually get it down the road. But the 2DS is coming my way for now for the time being just to get my Monster Hunter fix and my Fantasy Life fix. Outside from that, when I get my money for it, then I'll upgrade and I'll give my 2DS to my nephew for a birthday gift to be done with it.
I blame Canada for no version, so yeah.
Oh, real quick, I'd like to thank Bear Hunger for the drink I'm about to have.
Yeah, you go F yourself, buddy. You go F yourself.
What you taking, Quan?
151 Bacardi.
Wow.
Ooh, that's hardcore.
Jesus. Yeah.
I haven't touched that in at least 10 years. That thing ain't no
I'm
joke.
honored that you're taking a shot for me saying one word. Yeah, you still go F yourself.
Alright. No, you done, Bear?
Oh yeah, I'm done. Yeah, sorry.
Alright. Here's my opinion. One, they should have called it Super 3DS or something else.
I
But
would have been happy with that name, yes.
two, I want the Super NES version, damn it. Three, I really want the faceplates, but I could give a damn, because at the end of the day, I've been playing games forever. As long as the system works, I could really give a damn how it looks. I mean, if it looks sweet, sweet. But if it don't, eh. Two, I heard there's issues with that 3DS, the 3D field, because of the way they use like a cheap camera to do it, but that's speculation. We'll find out when I get it. I'm not in a rush to get the system. All I was at first, because that Monster Hunter version looked nice.
I'm getting it. Yay.
Bite me. Alright, let's see, what else?
Real quick, this rum is strong, dude.
Duh. The rubbing out I use on my face sometimes isn't as strong as what you're drinking. No, dude.
Yeah,
Rubbing alcohol is weaker than what you're drinking.
oh, I know.
You're crazy. So was I. I still am. Let's see, what else?
You can still afford to drink.
Silence is golden. Alright. New 3DS. Nintendo dropped the ball on a bunch of things, but it makes a lot of sense, even though I don't fully agree. I'm curious to see what happens, and we have to remember, this is how they're launching the system. It's not permanent. We could get the smaller version of the faceplates later. That's just how they're launching it. Also, no, and Bear Hugger said it, which I'm annoyed, but that's cool, because I was going to bring that up.
Wait, what did I say? I'm sorry, what?
That's not your fault. On part of why they're doing the new 3DS is I think it's to extend the life a bit.
Oh, yeah. I
Because
mean, that just makes the
yeah,
most amount of sense to me.
yeah, because the whole thing is logically they would be launching the new 3DS or 4DS or whatever the heck they're gonna call it, probably 2016, 2017. So by making this souped-up version, I don't know why they call it new. They should have called it Super 3DS. But anyways,
Ultra 3DS, I think.
yeah, 3DS Ultra or Ultra 3DS. That they could have. They're extending it another additional year or two, even 3 easy, which gives them more time. Which is honestly one thing when it comes to Nintendo. The longer it takes them to do something, the better, because they actually, they actually use that time.
It all comes, I think, for the double release of the console and the handheld in the new systems they are working on.
Yeah, because I think that fusion thing isn't too far off the mark.
Yeah, I'm also going to be expecting to see a lot of cross-buy games similar coming. I mean, like for example, like I would love to see it if they actually did where like if you buy the 3DS or the new 3DS version of Xenoblade Chronicles, you get like the Wii digital download for free. You know what I mean?
Well, you know what?
Or extra value like that.
Oh, to touch on that, I was gonna say, well, when I saw it on the direct, the first thing I thought is they're embracing cross-buy in a way that doesn't really allow people to like find a way around it. 'Cause you're basically buying one game and they give you the voucher for another.
Yeah. Yeah.
And to me, I'm cool with that.
Yeah, I'm
if
totally
I buy
fine
a
with that.
game and I get that same game on the 3DS or the Wii U automatically with the voucher code, they're still two separate games, and you probably and the fact that they're allowing you to actually use them in conjunction with one another, like to me, that is a better cross buy.
Well, yeah, and not only that too as well. It's also cross-platform as well. I mean, you can share stages and play stages from people who make ones on the 3DS and vice versa. Wise, so I think that's phenomenal, and I'm glad they're doing that. And I think that's another thing that that's going to be a heavily underrated feature of this new 3DS, where a lot of games, especially when it comes to indie titles or little small budget titles, that are going to be released for both. That you're going to have, you buy one, you get the 3DS version free, or vice versa. Wise, and I think to me that's a phenomenal move from them, and I'm glad they're finally doing it. Even though they're a little bit on the took them long enough to do it, but again, like when it comes to Nintendo, they like to make sure they do, and they do it right the first time and perfect it. You know what I mean? That's why they take forever to do what they do.
I like that they've said that you can give it to somebody else as well if you don't have it, so that's quite good. So say you don't have a 3DS, or you have one or the other, and you have a friend or another family member or wife, whatever the case may be, you can have it on your main console and they can play it on the handheld or vice versa.
Yeah, I can do it as a contest giveaway for my channel for people who haven't
yeah,
watched the 3DS
so
version.
all those little things,
I love
it gives you added value, to the game. So yeah, I think it's really cool, and it means you can pick things up on the go. Or it would be great if it went as far as Monster Hunter, where it actually sort of shared your save and things like on Steam. But one step at a time.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's definitely that people should definitely keep an eye out for.
Cool. I have a small rant, but I'll get to that later. Now, regarding the Wii U content, this time we'll go back to you, beer.
Sweet.
So,
all right. So as far as all the stuff that was showing off for the Wii U, I'm actually like Splatoon. That's no brainer. I've already gave my little brief exposure on that. But outside from that, though, I'm kind of interesting to know what Hawata is doing with Project Treasure, because I found that there was
damn you.
Well, because I mean, nobody's even talking about that, and for good reason, because they didn't show anything off except for like a picture of like 4 half-cut faces, and that was it. Just a working title. But I want to know what kind of game is it going to be. I mean, yeah, it's a free-to-play game, and when people hear the word free-to-play, especially when it comes to any platform, there's a lot of that kind of momentum behind it.
If I may interject, though, for a moment.
Yeah, of course, absolutely.
My only hang-up with that, this is my first thought for anyone in this podcast or watching, don't curse me out, but the first thing I thought about is, I said, Namco, don't let this be the Bouncer 2.
No.
Actually, I was thinking Payday the Heist.
No, I think there was a rumor I woke up to this morning regarding Project Treasure. kind of piqued my interest a little bit. Somebody brought up a very good point that there's a character from the Xeno Saga series. I forget what her name was.
What?
Like,
Cosmos.
looks kind of like a robot. Yeah, thank you.
Cosmos?
Yeah, and there, Cosmos, and there was, if you look at the
Unplayed
female
feelings.
portrait of the actual thing, I have to find the image for you there, Shep. I'll show you there in a minute when I'm done. It kind of like resembles the same kind of like faceplate on the side of her cheek. You'll see what I mean when I show you the comparisons. And they do something like that where they take like four characters from four different games and have it playable, but like make it like. I want to know what kind of game is it going to be. Is it going to be a third-person game? Is it going to be a dungeon crawler-esque kind of game? Is it going to be like a side-scroller? I want to know what the hell it's going to be.
I think I have an answer for that.
But well, I mean, whatever way they do, I'm kind of it piques my interest, but I'm not hyped for it, obviously, because they got nothing to show for it. But I want to know more about it because I mean, the fact that it's being done by Hawada, and let's be true here. I mean, when they released the free-to-play version of Tekken on the PSN. Didn't really work out in their favor too much. People have ignored it due to all the backlash of the free-to-play elements behind it, like the paywall. But if Namco learned their lesson from that, and perhaps this being released on Nintendo, I don't think the paywall is going to be too heavily inflicted. If they do it for like cosmetic purposes, I'll be okay with that. But I'm not going to get into the whole entire free-to-play thing. That's a entirely different subject. But other things, again, like the Mario vs. Donkey Kong thing, I'm super stoked for that. What else did they show up as far as the new 3DS stuff goes? Oh yeah, the Mario Party 10. I'm actually buying that because I would like to play every once in a while, like casual party kind of game, just by myself, forever alone. I know. So I like those kind of games. It's relaxing, It keeps my mind. It gives me variety as far as the library of games that I prefer to play. The new plus with the new set of Amiibos coming out, the Toad Amiibo, along with like being integrated with Captain Toad, I'm super stoked for that. It gives me a reason to go back and replay the levels again. So that's an extra 15 hours coming my way. What else did they show off as far as the Wii U stuff goes?
Splatoon.
Well, yeah, I've already gave my orgasm on that.
Service is golden. Xenoblade Chronicles X.
This shouldn't be new to you guys, man. Goddamn. I get a little overexcited when I see stuff that I'm really intrigued to play. But that's just me. I know. I can definitely. I will agree with Red Fox on that. I should definitely be a little bit less vulgar on that shit. But I don't give a whatever. There you go. Another shot for you there, Quan.
No, Lord.
Go, Quan.
I'm getting up. I'm
there was
getting.
something
I'm going.
else. There was some. Oh yeah, no. But again, like I said, from the offset, the biggest thing for me was the whole entire inclusion of Wii digital downloads. And for those of you out there, it's not, and I repeat, they are not frickin' virtual console games. You can go on the actual eShop and look at the virtual console, you will not find Mario Galaxy sitting in that category. They're just reproduced games that are hard to find, or people did not play on the Wii. They're having a hard time finding it and don't want to pay out the ass for freaking get another shot for you there for money on eBay. So to me, with them releasing Metroid Prime and I be able to play it and buying it for $10 for the first week is insane for me. And that's a game I've been trying to hunt down for the last year and a half, and I refuse to pay $300 for that freaking game. So now I can get it for $10. F you scalpers.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. Save me a fortune.
That's the biggest feature for me that I saw.
Metroid Chronicles.
I have seen that.
Metroid Trilogy, sorry, whatever.
I have seen that also. Pandora Tower is coming too, I think.
But I think there's a reason why that Nintendo was actually releasing the ones that they did. So, I mean, there's more that are going to be coming out. Like I know in Europe there was like Sin and Punishment Star Successor, amazing game. Pandora's Tower, extremely underrated game and over game. Donkey Kong Country Returns is also in Europe.
The
too
Last
as well.
Story.
The Last Story, which I want. All that cool jazz. So if they end up doing that, then I'm definitely for it because
they're all potential.
Give me Skyward Sword, I'll be happy because I can't find that game in any retail or anywhere around me at all. Period, and I'm not paying $100 on Amazon for it. They can kiss my rumpy ass.
But you know what though, I agree with you there, man. Because if you think about all the games that Nintendo is either has released or about to release, for example, Xenoblade Chronicles on a new 3DS. That game is actually highly sought after to this day.
Yes,
and even if you walk into some places, that game is no less than about $70 to $100, and that's if you're lucky. Making the game widely available for $40, and it's actually slightly better the original.
Yeah,
That's
see,
gonna.
this is what I think what's going to happen there, Dr. Feelgood, is I think that when the Japanese version of Xenoblade Chronicles X releases, I think we're going to see Nintendo release the digital version of Xenoblade Chronicles to tide people over until the actual release date of the North American and European launch of the game. I think that would be the most fitting, at least in my opinion, because if it is being released at the end of April in Japan, we're not going to see it probably until like August, maybe early September, maybe if that. So
I thought it was here in April as well.
No, there was no release date announced during the actual North American Direct. I'm not sure about the Europe one, but there wasn't one. It just said, please stay tuned for more details. So who knows? It may be announced maybe a month after that. I'm not entirely sure. But real quick, before I finish, because Casey actually brought this up to my opinion. As far as the new DLC goes for Hyrule Warriors, I was a little bit odd and confused about them adding Tingle and saying F you to freaking Skull Kid and making it as a costume character. A lot of people were pretty pissed about that. I know one person individual who raged about it. But Tingle just looks so out of place and so goddamn stupid. I mean, really, you're
extra messed up.
Really? He just started looking that way? Really?
No. But what I'm saying
took it
is,
to the next
I didn't
level,
really
dude.
care. I mean, I always looked at Tingle as nothing more than an afterthought for me. But the fact that they're adding him as the character, which a lot of people some people requested, but most people wanted Skull Kid. But the fact that they're doing that, I mean, Young Link with the whole entire deity or however the hell you say that word,
Deity.
Deity.
That's pretty
that's
cool.
badass.
I like that is
Oh,
pretty
crap.
badass.
Sorry,
That's pretty fun. But yeah, Tingle. I mean, what the. No.
There you go, Quan. Go ahead.
No, he didn't quite say
That's
it.
why I stopped myself.
Oh, come on, dude. Close enough.
He doesn't want to give you cirrhosis. He doesn't want to give you cirrhosis.
I mean, just the way he plays.
Tingle is your nickname, man.
Looks
Tingle's
like
your nickname.
Well, I mean, looking at his playstyle, he looks okay, but I mean, I don't want to have to basically turn around and blow a freaking balloon out of my asshole and then it blows up and kills my enemies or kiss enemies. What's the point of that? Doesn't make any sense.
It's Nintendo, man. It's not supposed to make sense.
It's Koei. It's Koei.
You guys know they like to troll, right?
Well, yeah, I know that, but the thing is, Koei, when it comes to them doing animations, as far as the way characters do actions, is very clever. I love the way they design specific characters. So I'm not surprised that Tingle is kind of over the top and redundant and really effing stupid. But regardless of that, I mean, it's something that I'm definitely going to play anyways. I just have to get the game again, digitally wise, before I get back into playing that game. But whatever. But yeah, that's just I'm done. Sorry.
Okay. I guess Casey wants to go next, so I'll let him go.
Yeah, talking about the Katsuhiro Harada announcement about what's the name of Project Treasure? Yeah.
Project Treasure, yeah.
Yeah. He was talking about that game, well, not the game, but the idea before in an interview during the E3 where the free-to-play Tekken game came out, that he wanted to make a game that you could go around and shoot people or fight people in general. He said fight people, and he said that with the gamepad he wanted to implement a way that before the match. What happened?
Bless you, man.
What
Damn.
the heck?
Sorry.
That sounded like a chihuahua screaming or
That
something.
sounded like you stepped on a dog's tail, man.
Exactly.
I tried to suppress it. That's why it sounded like that.
That's just suppressing? Wow. Hey, to hear you unsuppressed.
Okay, so as for the gameplay, he explained that before the match, you would set traps in the map. So strategically, so the opponents would fall on them and give you some kind of edge during the match. That's what I think he's gonna do, because he already kind of confirmed it in that. So yeah, real quick, as for the free-to-play Tekken game, the problem was not the free-to-play aspect. It was that martial law was too freaking broken. Yeah.
Well, I mean, outside from the actual aspect of the third party or the free-to-play aspect, it's nice to see that Namco is releasing yet another third-party exclusive game only on the Wii U. Because, I mean, let's face facts, games that come out that are exclusive only to Wii U always outsell more than what multiplats do. That's just a fact. Look at VG charts, the proof is in the pudding. It's been like that now for well over the last couple of generations when it comes to Nintendo. So third parties, when they release games like Assassin's Creed or, well, I should say, broken, effed up games,
Oh, gosh.
freaking filth. Get the hell out of my
That didn't count. He said effed up. That didn't count.
No, I know. I'm clear. That's why I didn't say that, Bob.
What I find weird is that Pokken Fighters and Project Treasure are games that are coming to the Wii U exclusively, and still we don't have any word that if Tekken 7 or this game that has all the Shonen Jump characters together is going to be on the Wii U.
Yeah, and I think strongly. I think that's Nintendo's decision. I mean, they're obviously good footings with Bandai Namco. So I mean, with them, saying, "Oh, we won't give us something that we can have only on our system to attract other audience members," and that's what they're doing. It's just like what Dr. Philgood said, the ecosystem that Nintendo was building.
Yeah,
I think it's good that Nintendo was doing that.
Yeah, I think that, or on the other side, I think that some third parties are being selective on the games that they are putting to the Wii U, because Capcom is gonna have a game that they extracted from, well, they pretty much extracted from the 3DS, which is Resident Evil.
Revelations.
Yeah, and it's gonna be on a system other than the system it came out, and as far as I know, the 3DS is not obsolete. Yeah, so and they are putting Monster Hunter on the 3DS, so it's really weird what is happening on the third party side.
I mean, but what you
That
guys
should be on the Wii U as well.
about,
That's kind of. Anyway,
what
sorry.
you guys,
Go ahead.
what you need to consider sometimes is that, like, we look at things one way, like, why isn't this company bringing it to Nintendo? You ever thought that maybe Nintendo was presented and they said no?
Yeah.
Of course. I mean,
Companies can say
the
no.
quality
Like,
of the games is a factor. The seal
exactly.
quality,
I'm pretty
remember?
sure Nintendo has probably been like, thanks for the offer, but we got something of our own, and this will only impact the sales of that. So no, I personally think they've turned down a lot of these, at least a few of these games out there that we so-called want or whatever. But
Gamers don't want to hear that,
day.
though, but that is the reality of it, and I do agree with you on that 100% there, Dr. Philgood, that I do feel that a lot of developers go to Nintendo with these ideas and show them, like, hey, we want to release this game for your console. Nintendo looks at it and say, no, that's going to conflict with this game, blah, 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 blah. I mean, if you look at Project Cars, you could tell that Nintendo was the one that said to Namco to, delay it because, we want this game to have its own separate window because we don't have an actual real-life driving simulator game in our system, you know what I mean?
So
and with
you
Smash
think
Brothers that came up beforehand, everyone would just look at Project Drive Club, or not Project Drive Club, I can
Project Cars.
That game is just, Project Cars. People would have looked at that when it came out right before the release of Smash, would have been like, what the? Nope. They would have obviously the Smash. You give that game its own window, you'll have better sales in that perspective. I mean, yeah, it sucks that we have to wait, and most people will just look at it like Bear Hugger, you're using an excuse. I'm looking at it from multiple perspectives.
No, because I mean, at the end of the day,
I don't care. I'm looking at it from the perspective that I see that could very well make sense. Most people would look at it and say, that's an effing excuse. Screw you, man. They don't even think about that crap. Why should they?
But not even that. But when the original release date was right around when Xbox One would have got Forza, and PlayStation would have got was it Drive Club or the other one?
Yeah, Shit Club. My bad. There you go.
Damn it!
Wait, what's the crew?
The Crew? Nobody gives a crap about that game.
I'm just saying.
That game came and went, man. That game is not on any gamer's
just on
lips
that
right
real
now.
quickly, Nintendo did say, I forget who it was they quoted, but they did say that there were certain games they outright refused just because the quality level wasn't there. Battlefield was the one that was quoted, and they said that they wouldn't give it Nintendo's seal of quality because it wasn't up to par.
Wow. It shows.
Yeah,
But don't worry, they fixed that and they came up with Battlefield Hardline.
No dice. They fixed it.
No dice.
Oh,
Fixed it.
man. It should be called more like freaking Battlefield Bro Lines.
I was gonna go along that with Soft Circle, but anyway.
Oh Lord.
Hardline
Shep,
name, right?
let you know the ball and chain should be home soon in a bit, so I'm about to sit up here and cut out in a few.
That's fine, we're gonna be wrapping up soon anyways.
Alrighty.
Yeah, because I got to get out of here at 10 o'clock, so.
Yeah, plus I have stuff to do myself, to be honest with you.
Yeah, no, your fantasy life addiction to attend to.
Hey, why are you putting me on blast? But yeah, I'm
not putting you on
hooked on
blast.
that
I'm actually
damn
not
game.
blaming you because I'll be joining you guys relatively soon with that beast.
Oh, Lord. Dude, join in.
You're gonna have fun, trust me. You're gonna have definite fun with that game.
Oh, good. Too many addicting games coming out.
Well, I will join you guys probably in the next couple of weeks after I get some groundwork taken care of in Hyrule Warriors.
Sure,
Alrighty.
dude. Wait, I have to say, maybe you shouldn't
What games you guys
because
talking
it will
about?
take your soul.
Fantasy Life for the
Oh,
3DS.
Yeah, that game.
That and
I
Monster
have
Hunter
so much
4. Oh my
interest in that
god.
game. Look, if you're a
See,
Wii U owner and you're a 3DS owner, you're good for games because your wallet is going to be beyond raped.
But
And
hmm
let me
if
say
you
this.
own all platforms, if you own like a PS4 and a Wii U and a 3DS, your gaming is going to be top notch for the entire year.
It's a,
No denying that.
yeah, it's about to
But
get to the point where I'm gonna stop paying my bills and just give my money straight to Nintendo.
but
hmm
I will say this. I had one disappointment regarding the direct. Just one, and it's very minor. There was nothing about Devil's Third.
Yeah, that was a
Mm.
letdown for me. I was rooting for. I mean, honestly, like the beginning of that first trailer for Fire Emblem, I thought at first like, it looked kind of like Samurai. So I'm like, oh my god, is this Devil's Third? And then all of a sudden I saw Fire Emblem and I was like, motherfucker.
Oh, it's
Mm.
fancy you bring that up. Shin Megami Cross Fire Emblem.
Shin
I
People
Megami
don't know.
say that
Tensei
no
Cross Fire
mention
Emblem.
about that.
that game has to be freaking in development for way longer than 2 years in order to be vaporware. Look at the Last Guardian.
I'm
6
just
years going
saying, I'm
strong.
not,
No, no,
I'm
no.
not
Look at Duke
fussing.
Nukem
I'm
Forever.
just hoping
Yeah,
we get more
I
info. That's all.
have to say when they did announce that Fire Emblem game, when I saw that, I was like, so does this mean that Shin Megami Tensei Cross Fire Emblem is not going to come out this year? Because I
Nah.
cannot, because now, but I will say this: Nintendo has done this on more than a few occasions. They will take a franchise or a game that people have been waiting on, and they will make a version for their portable, and then later on they'll make a version for their console. Smash Brothers is the most recent example of that. They've also done it for Donkey Kong Country.
Yep.
If you think about the original Returns, the 3DS version was slightly better. So I really do think that game is possibly still coming, but I think the console version they're going to just drop on us probably later on this year.
Well,
Yeah,
at
I
this
think
Because
point,
that's going to be the
I want
console
them to
I
version
put
mean,
for this
everything
because
year,
off.
man.
I mean,
Delayed,
it's not.
delayed, delayed. There's too many games I gotta buy this year. Put it
Yeah.
off till next year.
Well, hey, that's the price of being a core gamer, man. I mean, let's face reality. Gaming is definitely an expensive hobby. It always has been an expensive hobby.
Yep.
I mean, that's just the way reality is. It's known more now because people are allowed to go freely and express their opinions, even though there are
If
a
you
lot of
can't drop
opinions out
that
there
though, you're in
are
the
complete and utter
wrong hobby.
BS. But regardless of that, though, I mean, yeah, it's a difficult time to be a gamer. I mean, look at me. I'm on disability, so I make very little money, so I have to get with like whatever I can get. So I make a lot of sacrifices, but it pays off for me in the long run.
I hear you.
There you go. Alright, I'm gonna have to cut this partially short. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wrap it up, and if anything, we'll just have another cast another time. So
All
what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to each person, and if there's anything that you think is poignant, wrong word, whatever, just bring it up. Alright, so we'll start off with you, Beer.
I don't have any other points to bring up.
Alright, cool. Dr. Feelgood.
Woolly World, but then nothing else.
Yeah, I would have liked to see more because that game looks friggin' beautiful.
Oh God,
Alright.
yes.
Highlander.
I'd like to mention a couple of games that I would have liked to have seen more on. I don't know exactly when they're coming out, but just off the back of Project Cars. So one of them is the damn it, I've totally blanked the word now. The Mega Man spin-off, Mighty Number 9.
Mighty Number 9, yeah.
Is due to finish fairly soonish this year.
Yep.
I don't know exactly when, but I know it's multi-console. But it would be nice to hear something about that, or if there's going to be any sort of Wii U specific features. So that'd be cool. And the other one, which is Road Redemption. I don't know if you guys have heard about that, but Road Redemption is basically
Road Rash.
Yeah, Road Rash from the ground up remake, if you like. But it's made by a separate company, but they got full sort of backing from the original makers to say, that's cool. It's good working. And yeah, I would like to see more about that. I did catch a trailer recently. I don't know if you guys have seen it. They've included Shovel Knight. So Shovel Knight's on a bike smacking people with his shovel, which is awesome.
Oh yeah.
And bullets doesn't affect him.
Yeah, that just looks sweet to me. So I would love to see more of those sort of, if you like, ex major developer go indie sort of games mentioned. But other than that, I mean, it was pretty much all there for what's coming soon.
And
All
affordable
right.
space adventures. I'm waiting on that too.
Okay. Kaiser,
Oh
you back?
shit.
Oh, you gotta go, Beer?
No. I forgot to actually add something to bring this up real quick. For those out there who don't know, there is an indie sale right now on the eShop, which is actually a pretty sweet thing going on right now.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Because games like Guacamelee, was it there? Freaking Soldier something, or the hell it's called, Tesla Grad, Chasing Aurora, Steamworld Dig, and Runner 2. If you buy one, you can get another game like 60% off. So I ended up getting Guacamelee today for $3.50. So it was pretty boss.
Nice.
And
Oh
that
yeah, I'll
game
be going
is,
on it tonight then.
and
I got like
yeah,
25
that
with the
game,
credit.
and this will be the first time. I'm sorry, but I have to drop this. I have to drop this word there, Shepard. But that game is fucking sweet. That's all I'm gonna
Oh
say.
Lord, you suck, Bear Hugger.
Tingle
you have,
Bear.
you have to watch that eShop, but you can get the games pretty cheap. I mean, I put just off the back of the whole thing with Ubisoft, I put that money to the eShop instead, and I've used that for the last sort of 6 months to just buy games as and when they've gone cheaper. And I must have picked up close to what is, £150 worth of, if you're buying full price games because of some of the offers. It's amazing.
Oh god, yeah.
Okay. Kaiser, any last thoughts?
He's muted.
All right. Oh, I kind of skipped Red on the last thing, so I'm gonna let him go in. Red.
Well, I'll just do my last thought, and it'll be what I thought about that whole the Wii portion. All of it was cool, except, and I may be the only one who felt this, but damn it, I want a Soul Calibur game on the Wii U. I don't really care about Project Treasure. I want a Soul Calibur game on the Wii U with 3 console-specific characters: Zelda, Link, Ganondorf. Boom.
But Ganondorf with a sword.
Yeah, Ganondorf with a
Not
sword.
punching.
We already got Soul Calibur. It's called Hyrule Warriors.
I want a fighting game, not
Brawler.
massive amounts of people. Sorry.
Okay.
See,
How do you feel about the Wii?
Sorry, I was just going to say quickly. I have the opposite opinion about the whole what do you call it? DC Heroes sort of Mortal Kombat game. I would love to see those characters' movesets taken into sort of a Batman-esque world. Imagine you had like a Harley Quinn game or an Arrow game or something like that in a full world. Just to talk about things doing a different thing.
But you know what would really be interesting
It's
though?
like the Garden TV show.
You know what would be really interesting though? That if Nintendo were to ever buy the Mega Man IP and give it to Retro, and Retro makes a first-person view Mega Man game like
Oh my
Metroid Prime.
god.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, they were going to do
style.
that. Armature Studios, that was made up of former retro devs, were going to do that, but
Why you do that to me,
Club
Beer?
Inafune left
Hey man, I
because
love
Capcom
spreading
sucks.
some new ideas out, man. That's how I am, bro.
Might as well just say Capcom decided to redo Breath of Fire or something.
Don't count your chickens yet, man. Who knows? You never know. Doubtful, but whatever.
They tried to
The
redo
only
Breath of
smart
Fire.
thing Capcom's done was
that
Monster Hunter.
cell phone game can eat a dick. That's all I'm gonna say.
And here we go again.
That's not racist. That's not a curse word.
Okay, thank you. Judges?
This is how you called Richard if he was a kid.
Thank you. Good one. Good save.
I guess I can't be too harsh. I'm Marine, so I've said far worse, but still, dude. Anyways, anything else, Red?
No, that's it. Just that. I mean, everything else was awesome.
Okay, cool. Quan, you're up.
All I know is this: Yoshi is going to get my wallet also. You know what I'm saying? I might hold off on it a bit. I might not get it right away because of all the stuff I'm spending on. But Yoshi, man, I like the yarn look. There you go. And the Kirby game looks interesting. The Kirby, they actually reduced the frame rate of the Kirby game to make it look like claymation.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah,
Heard
it's
about that.
amazing, though.
Average gamer would be like, it sucks.
No, those are next gen graphics right there.
Yeah, well,
They actually lowered the frame rate. So when what's that one website that's always sitting up here checking frame rates and is really
Digital
getting
Foundry.
when Digital Foundry decides to go,
Foundry.
when Digital Foundry decides to go up the colonic
No,
of Kirby
Foundry.
of the Kirby game, and they make a big deal out of the frame rate, you can laugh at their expense because it was intentional.
It's cinematic,
In
right?
this case, 30 frames per second really is more cinematic.
There you go.
no, but it's a genius idea, But of course, the average gamer's not going to see it like that, and they're going to look at how come Kirby's running at like 24 frames? It doesn't make any sense. I don't get it. Boo, I'm going to cry.
Watch a Ray
People that
Harryhausen
go
movie,
like
and then you
that
find out.
I've never seen Nightmare Before Christmas because that's exactly how they move.
No. I go a step further than you. A Ray Harryhausen movie. We're talking the old Sinbad
I never
movies.
liked the original Clash of the Titans, Valley of Guanji, 3,000 Leagues from Under the Sea. Nope.
Oh, you suck. Those are classics.
I'm being facetious.
You better be.
Those are like, I grew up watching that stuff.
Oh my God!
You
Remember the
just
430
went
movie?
full on me there, Mr. Red Fox, and I appreciate that nostalgia fix. Thank you.
But then I think that whole thing with frame rates and stuff is interesting when you actually use it rather than are limited by it. It's really it's really good to see that the likes of I've totally blanked it again. That Iron shooting game is Ironfall is using the lower resolution with the higher frame rate because they need that for a shooting game. But then you can look at this the other way around and they'll get the higher resolution with a lower frame rate because that gives the feel they want. I mean, it makes sense to do what the game
Kind of
needs.
like they did with Mario Kart 8.
Yeah, give the game what it needs rather than sort of just trying to get a spec.
There you go.
Gameplay first.
When you do the sign offs, I want first before Beggar Hugger starts going on a cursing frenzy.
Oh God.
Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna give my last thoughts. Plain and simple. I didn't give my thoughts on the whole Wii U thing. Splatoon, that hub world. Oh my God.
Oh Lord.
You know what? This is gonna take too long. So all I gotta say is it was pretty decent overall. There's some things I was kind of like looking into and like, but overall things are good. I'm chill, and as nobody else have anything to say, let's do our sign-offs.
Alrighty.
All right. Let's start with you, Beer.
Everybody knows who I am, Beggar29. Go ahead, check out my channel if you haven't rated, subscribe, comment. I got a podcast coming up here in about an hour, so look forward to that. And thanks you very much for having me on here. And Quan, I hope that you get drunk, you son of a bitch.
You suck.
Anytime, Beer.
You suck.
Dr. Feelgood.
Hey, what's
You're
up,
up.
guys? Sorry for the late arrival and connection problems. I was on the mobile. But anyway, good to be here. Great cast. And as I always say, keep it gaming.
Cool. The Immortal. Highlander. What's up?
There could be only one.
I'm gonna get it all the time. So yeah, I mean it's good to be back with you guys, and the variety is great considering everybody's from different places and different sort of backgrounds. So I think this direct's been an interesting one to discuss. Just people being into everything from your sort of party games through to your sort of RPGs. So it's definitely been interesting, good. As I said before, I'm Highland Gamer on YouTube. I keep pumping out more videos by the week as things are going now. And it's getting more gaming related, and I'm covering a lot of things to do with sort of Amiibo and how the different figures and things work with Skylanders and things. So if you do have any people out there that want to know the ins and outs of the different sort of franchises and how they work as things, check out my channel.
Okay, cool. Well, you're always welcome. Whenever there's room, you could jump in, my good man.
Sounds good.
Kaiser, you back?
Kaiser Sose.
All right, we'll get to him last. KC.
KC masterpiece.
It was a good it was a good direct. It was a good podcast. It was a good conversation. It was a good day. So goodbye everybody. Subscribe to my channel.
Nope.
I hope that.
Damn.
I'm just kidding.
Okay, I'm out. I can't
sub to you, buddy.
So harsh.
Yeah. Okay. This is
No,
KC.
subscribe to KC's freaking channel, damn it.
Yeah, KC's cool. Subscribe to him.
Yeah, definitely check him out.
Same for Highland. Highland
that's
Gamer.
Case fucking closed.
Oh,
Wow.
hey, I didn't swear that time.
Wow.
But it wasn't so Juan, you gotta take a sip.
No, I don't. You're not bear hugging.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Damn it, it's all about me, motherfucker.
Europe.
But yeah, guys, I recommend that, you know, if for the viewer's point of view, if you guys enjoy all our different opinions, check out our different channels. You'll get to see all our different sort of ways of looking at things.
Especially on my channel, because I cuss a lot. And
you know, we've bought all this stuff ourselves, so it's our actual opinions, and we're not paid off.
Hey, welcome back there, Kaiser Sose.
What he said.
Kaiser Sose.
That is
Highland Gamer.
guys. You don't. I don't exist. Remember?
KC, sign out time, my good man. Last thoughts, all that good stuff.
All of the about the Wii U. Sign out. I thought I could talk about the Wii U games, but all right. Kaiser, I was glad to discuss with all you guys, and as always says, happy gaming and be polite and efficient.
Alright, you're always welcome, Kaiser. Take care, bro. Alright, Red, you're up.
What does the fox say?
Well, that was effing random.
What are you trying to say, dummy? This is Red Fox. Good night from the junkyard.
Wow, Mr. Red Fox, wow.
And the Beaujolais, and I'll call it Beaujolipple.
Oh, Lord.
This is why Gamers Lunch is awesome. Even the sign out is awesome.
Quad, you're up.
Alright, speak quiet, man. Sure, y'all know how to do it. You know, as I always say, whatever's clever.
It's great to have you back.
Don't mind me, I'm feeling very, very, very lifted right now.
Feeling lifted. Alright. Thanks for listening, guys. This is The Good Shepherd. It's all good. Episode 1, 2015. All the best people. What?
Here we go again.
God, we're a bunch of random people.
Yo, that's the beauty of it, man. That's the beauty of it.
I know. Check out everybody's channels.
Damn right.
And for the record, gaming is the focus, but we talk about everything, especially people like myself and Dr. Feelgood. Look forward to myself, Quan, and other individuals having live talks on my channel. So, all the best, people. Remember, it's not about popularity, it's about what you enjoy. Game on.
Hey, frickin' men to that, brother.
There you go.
And we're out.